Hola, gringos y gringos, and welcome to
Gringos Are Us.
Expats with a Plan.
I'm Mark.
I'm Gina.
This week, it's all about the money in San Luis Potosi,
Part
round 2, coming up next.
Welcome back. So, yes, this is about the money we spent, our cost of living during our stay in San Luis Potosi. It was approximately a 2-month stay.
Yeah.
It was our second time visiting the city. There's a video up here if you'd like to see a little bit more about what we were doing in San Luis Potosi at that time. And there's a playlist as well. Basically, it was too short of a stay for me. We were there for a month, and 2 of those weeks in that month, I was
Stress. It was either stressing over the computer or traveling to replace
traveling to the U.S.
So
yeah, so I didn't get to do hardly anything, and so I wanted to return and give San Luis Potosi another try. Definitely wanted to see more of what San Luis had to offer.
And it has a lot to offer.
It really does. It's a very, very beautiful city. A lot of very European, almost French influence in a lot of the architecture.
Hence the name San Luis.
San Luis Potosi. Yes, I know I keep saying Luis. That's that French coming in on me. So in San Luis Potosi, there are so many good restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Museums.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot to do, and there's a lot to see. And even in 2 months, I don't think we did and saw everything, but we got a really good taste for what there was.
No, we would have to live there like Mark and Paulette, but I mean, to really get the full feel. But, having been there twice, we know that the best churros in all of Mexico, in the Jardín de Tequisquiapan. Well, and we even told them that, and they were beaming.
Yes. Honestly, the churros that are there are the best we have had anywhere we've been.
From that particular vendor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the goals has always been on these stays, I wanted to have a budget less than $3,000 a month. That was the magic number that I was trying to meet. Most of the time with Airbnb, we are not meeting it.
No. Not with the increase in all their rates and everything else.
I keep trying, though. In this particular case, I need to indicate that the exchange rate was about 19 pesos per U.S. dollar, roughly. It fluctuated a little.
A little above, a little below, so we just round number, 19.
Yeah, and when you see us looking down here to the right, it's following our slide deck so that we can give you the actual accurate numbers and not just like guessing what we had.
Well, I mean,
it's hard to remember all this stuff, right?
If it works for the politicians, it can work for us.
Exactly.
These are our teleprompters.
This is teleprompter time.
Yes.
So our Airbnb was 45,700 pesos per month, or about 2,405 U.S. dollars. Not the highest we've ever paid.
Not even close.
Nope. So it's really not that bad of a rate as far as Airbnbs go. I know that sounds like a lot of money. It is. But typically, rent would be about half of that. 50% of that is Airbnb's rates.
And I have to give this place credit. I mean, we did have 3 bedrooms.
Yep.
We did have
air in all 3.
4 baths.
Yes, we did.
So in a very spacious kitchen, and the host was on top of anything
He was
as far
very
as
responsive. Yes, very much so. In fact, we had an issue with the oven not long after we got there. He sent someone over to try to fix it, couldn't fix it, so he ordered a new stove and had it installed while we were there.
Yeah.
It was a very, very cute place in a lot of ways. And you've seen the video. I'll put the link up here of the actual Airbnb and the tour of it. It was a great place, but there was room for development and improvement. It was like, what's the word I'm looking for?
A diamond in the rough.
A diamond in the rough. And
location.
Yeah, and he was working on it.
Yeah, he is. And the biggest part of the location was, unlike the first time when we were in San Luis Potosi, when it was a 3-block walk to the Jardín de Tequisquiapan, it was a solid 20 plus minutes to get down there this time because we were further down the boulevard. But boy, did we pass some restaurants. And
oh, gosh.
San Luis Potosi has got restaurants galore.
It really does. So just to compare what we were paying, as we said, we spent approximately $2,405 on this. And the previous stay we had in San Luis Potosi was in 2023. And at that time, we spent almost $1,000 less.
Yeah.
So again, the price is about location, and it's also about inflation. And it's about Airbnb raising their rates. In that time, they did raise their rates.
Well, and to be honest, the 1,400, the one we stayed in 2023, was tiny.
It was very tiny.
It was. I mean, it was very cramped.
It was very modern, very updated, very stylish, but very small.
I mean, you know, there was no passing somebody in the kitchen. It was, you know, if one person was in and somebody wanted to get the fridge, somebody had to come out and somebody else had to go in. So,
yeah.
You know, and
then this place was, as Mark said, a diamond in the rough, but it was so spacious inside. Yes. It was huge. Activities per month. There is a lot to do in San Luis Potosi, and we did a lot, and it didn't cost us a lot.
No.
One of the most expensive things we did was go to the Labyrinth Museum in Tangamanga Park, which there'll be a video up there.
And I can tell you what, if you haven't seen the video, you need to check it out because that is a very positive place to go. Great for all ages, a lot of activities, a lot of things to do. And it's the first time I've ever got to actually stare at the sun.
Yes, that we actually bought a ticket for the little planetarium that they have, and it's not open all the time. They will take you up. If you buy a ticket, they will take you up and turn on their giant telescope. And yeah, we got to look at the sun.
And the little flares. I mean, it
flares and spots, and yeah, that was neat.
I would have almost, if we'd been there longer, I would have gone back to do it at night just to see the stars because it was very impressive.
But for all the activities that we did, and we went to several museums, it cost us a total of 370 pesos a month, which is $19.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes. And I finally got to check out all those museums that I wanted to see. In groceries per month, we did really well, but there's a reason. Because we ate out a lot.
It was one of those where, do you want to cook or you want to just stroll down the street just a little bit? So,
groceries were 6,645 pesos per month. That is $350 US. That's like one of our best grocery stays.
Well, yeah, because all we basically ate were breakfast, lunch, and then the occasional dinner.
Exactly. Insurance doesn't really change for us. This is basically Mexican car insurance that we pay in US dollars on a yearly basis, and Nomad Safety Wing insurance that we pay on a monthly basis. It came to 7,132 pesos, or $375 a month.
And if you're interested in Nomad Safety,
down below, we have a link. You can follow that link and check out their plans. And I just want to say that I recently had to take a double check. I can't talk. And verify the age ranges. They cover up to the age of 69. You pay by the month, but you have to renew your certificate every year. And they did, about a year ago, raise their rates across the board. But when I shopped around, I could not find a better rate from anyone else. It's, as Mark likes to say, glorified travel insurance.
That's what it is, but it saved our butts one time. And I can also tell you this, you know, you're going to pay a little more every year just because, oh, that's right, you've hit another milestone on their actuary table, and so yeah, the price goes up.
Price goes up a little bit every year. However, when they did do the revamp of the prices last year, they eliminated any kind of deductibles. So there's no deductibles now, and they process claims faster than they used to. Medical expenses. We didn't have a whole lot. This is basically pharmacy stuff.
I was fixing to say, that's walking down to the similares.
Yeah, I mean, it's his monthly maintenance medications and things like that. 1,222 pesos or $64 per month.
I think there was something we bought at the HEB pharmacy, and that jacks the price up.
Yeah, it might
the last place you want to buy anything from the pharmacies is in the supermercados.
Don't go to the grocery stores for your pharmacy needs.
Yes.
Don't do it. Personal services per month. This basically comes down to laundry, at least during this stay.
And a haircut.
Oh, you did get a haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah.
Well, so that's it. 245 pesos per month or $13 US. We did have a washer and dryer that was on the roof that we didn't want to utilize because it was a little precarious getting up and down the stairs to get to it. So we chose to use a lavanderia.
The thought of trying to go up with loaded arms on a spiral staircase was like, no. Not doing it. No. So it
and
was
the lavanderia was actually one of the more expensive ones that we've ever encountered, and it was still not that bad. So.
No, it was a little higher than what we've encountered other places.
Right,
so you know, and what we have found is this is the second time that we have used the Splash chain of lavanderias, and both times they're a little elevated as far as the price, but they do a good job.
They do a great job.
So
they really do. So about that grocery bill being so low, we enjoyed restaurants and we went out frequently. We would go to places which I thought was a little overpriced for what you got, like Vips or Veeps.
Whichever way you want to say it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like a VIP with the price I paid, but I mean,
it was okay. But then we also went to Kabuki twice.
And we spent less at Kabuki than we spent at Vips. And to be honest, the food was infinitely better at Kabuki.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
the udon. Oh, so good. We also went to a place called Frida's. Had some authentic Mexican meals. It was just really, really delicious.
Did the Italian one night, and then we had dinner with Mark and Paulette down in Centro one night, right? More of a lunch than a dinner. So, and then we had the wing place right across the street that we ate at. And so, there was the dining opportunities were abundant. And it was very hard to go which one, because...
Yeah, it would come down to what does Google say has the best ratings? That's kind of where we were going with this, because there were so many to choose from.
And we did good, choice-wise.
I think so too. Transportation per month is going to be things like gas, tolls that we pay, parking. It could be Ubers, anything that's costing us money to get around. In this case, we did utilize Ubers pretty frequently.
Yeah, to get to Centro, because it was a hike. I mean, it was 20 minutes, 25 minutes for us to walk down to Jardín de Tequisquiapan, and then it would have been about another 30 minutes past that to get all the way into Centro.
To the edge of Centro, yes.
And then if we were going to go down to some of the museums down there, it was no. And an Uber ride was running us about 100 pesos one way. So, we did utilize that. I thought that was a reasonable rate. Overall, 743 pesos per month, and that is about $39 US. And a lot of that, again, is the gas getting up to San Luis Potosí and then getting home and back to Querétaro. So.
Utilities per month in this case was quite literally only 2 cell phone plans, our US AT&T plan and my Mexican Telcel plan. So that was 2,924 pesos, or 154 US dollars per month. What does it not include? It's never going to include his cigars, streaming services, gifts, our mail forwarding plan, or any subscriptions that we have.
Never does. Every time we do this.
Nope. And in this particular month, it was accommodations, activities, groceries, insurance, medical services, personal services, restaurants, transportation, and utilities. At an Airbnb rate, that grand total was 68,610 pesos.
A little higher than what we were looking for at $3,611. But if we would have taken the Airbnb out of the equation, it would have been very close.
Yeah, that's 120 US dollars a day. Okay, so what if we were paying rent and not the Airbnb rate? Well, instead of 68,610 pesos,
45,760 pesos.
and instead of 3,611 USD,
That goes down to 2408.
and that is going to be, instead of 120 a day,
About $80 a day.
so that's affordable. That would have been under 3,000 a month. Our previous stay in San Luis Potosi in 2023 came out to about $3,214 per month. The most expensive place we've ever stayed was in Playa del Carmen, $5,058 per month. And this particular stay was a little bit more than what we paid before at Airbnb rates, but not that much, only about 400 more.
No, I mean, realistically, to only go up $400 in 2 years.
Yeah.
And the overwhelming bulk of that was in the price of the housing.
True. Although I do recall our first time in San Luis Potosi, we went bananas on groceries. I remember we had spent over $800 in 1 month on groceries. And that's because we hit up the Costco and went stupid crazy.
And just so everybody knows, since we are talking cost of living, the cost of the churros did rise in the 2 years. They went from 30 pesos to 35 pesos.
Yes, but they
just
still
one,
worth it.
Oh, every peso of it.
I guess the thing is about San Luis Potosi is, if you looked at it based on a rental rate, I think you can pretty much determine that, yes, you could live very comfortably, go out and do a lot of activities, eat out at a lot of restaurants, and you're still going to spend less than 3,000 US dollars per month. Now, you can spend less, and you can spend more.
Yeah, and I would say that when you look at the numbers, the cost of living in San Luis Potosi and the cost of living in Querétaro are probably pretty much, there's a few areas that one gets better than the other, and there's a few others that is reversed, but realistically, it's almost a wash.
It is. And that is our cost of living wrap up for the couple of months that we spent in San Luis Potosi 2025.
Stay tuned. That's right.
If you enjoyed this video, we really would appreciate it if you would give us a like and a thumbs up. Tell your friends, tell your family, spread it all around.
Tell your ma, tell your pa.
All of them.
Take it back to Arkansas.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
That's Ray Charles.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Oh my, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are Gringos R Us.
Expats with the plan.
Remember, we're doing it. You can too. And right over there are some more videos
In the orange tree?
that you might want to watch.
I see him growing.
Hasta la próxima.
Adios.